Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the hallways of the Signia by Hilton in Atlanta. That's where we are today, live at the Digital Shelf Summit, presented by Salsify and the Digital Shelf Institute. Scotty O here, always off brand. I am just, what a absolute pleasure to have you here. We have a brand new potter here, Malvika, coming in. I met you in the lobby, thanks to Megan Caroon and Claire Data. But now Jamie Clapper brought us together today. How are you?
I'm great. And I'm so glad to be on this podcast.
I'm so excited. So excited to meet you. Apparently you've listened to us a couple times and we appreciate you. You're part of the Faithful 48 then.
Yeah.
It makes you part of the Faithful 48.
Yeah.
Way to go. So what do you change gigs? We're not going to get into it. I mean, you've been around, you've done a bunch of stuff. I mean, again, we don't do life stories because it takes so much time. Let's get in the mood. But tell your One Tree Brands. I don't even know what that is. I didn't have time to Google stock it. I didn't LLM it. I didn't chit-chatty it. I haven't done anything. As usual, I come in unprepared.
I will give you the quick elevator pitch.
Okay.
Right? So One Tree Brands is basically an e-commerce accelerator.
Hold on. Let me give you a little applause first.
Oh.
I always need to do that. Go ahead.
Now I will kick it off.
Yes.
One Tree Brands is an e-commerce accelerator, right?
So what does that mean, though?
So in very simple English, it started out as a 3PL company to help then brands be able to list across marketplaces, right? To help start be your third party seller, to help you accelerate across everything, right? Amazon, Walmart, Target, and everything in between. But then obviously the world has changed in the last year and we felt it wasn't enough. And so what we have done since is we've also become a TikTok shop partner. So we help brands launch on TikTok, accelerate on TikTok, and do everything in between.
Hey.
And now we do all of your marketing management on like Google, Facebook, Amazon ads, especially for all of our brands across like TikTok, Amazon, Walmart, because it's no longer a one channel game.
No. So hold on.
Damn.
That's worthy. So let me understand. So before you're like a fulfillment, right? You're a third party logistics fulfillment. You're fulfilling all these things. You're drop shipping if it's that. You're sending to FBA. You're doing whatever each platform, right? You're a logistics partner.
Correct.
Is that fair?
That's how we started. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the little customers are like, hey, you guys are great at that, but we need help going here. And you're like, oh, okay, let's add some services.
Correct.
To this logistics genius we have.
Yeah. And I mean, think about it. So we're all of us on the agency side, we're all from the brand. And we were like, we want to build an agency that we know brands want because we've been on the brand side.
Yes. You come from brands.
Yeah. And we wanted to have somebody that was easy to work with, somebody who can also, TikTok is a very scary place.
Hold on, you get a bell for that. That's not really a juicy nugget, but it is a juicy nugget.
Yeah, it's a very scary place.
Yeah,
and
it's a weird place. It's complicated.
Exactly. And brands want somebody they can like trust, they can like learn with, who can also like walk them through the 0 to 100 of like, this is a new platform. I want to be on it, but I have absolutely no idea what to do.
Honestly, Malvika, it's like coming out of E-Tail in February, all the big shows, and I don't go to all of them, but all the buzz, whatever. Yes, it's AI, blah, blah. But it's like, oh my God, all these brands, they want to go on TikTok. They want to go on TikTok. And you're like, they want to go on TikTok. Are they on TikTok? Are we talking TikTok shop? TikTok shop. It's hard to delineate, right? Yeah, they're two separate animals in some regard, are they not?
They are 100%. TikTok shop is like your new generation Amazon. The difference is before you used to search for a keyword, now you watch somebody with a product and you're like, damn, that's the product I want. And so then you click, you buy, that person makes a little money, you get a nice little discount, everybody wins.
Okay, now you got to coach me up, teach me up here, okay? Because again, I'm seasoned, as they like to say. When I look at TikTok shop, it depends on the brand and the products. But part of me, I do it some for fun, but some, it's, the whole Temu, a lot of it's just, I call it TikTok schlock. I mean, because a lot of it is for that, and it's done very well. It's doing umpteen $1 billion. I mean, I'm not here, I'm not dissing it or mitigating its success. But I think it's interesting now how major brands, somewhat in either mid-tier or premium brands, are like rushing to get TikTok shop going.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what happened, right? I think when they first came out, everybody was scared.
Yeah.
And so these new TikTok brands were born, which, by the way, started on TikTok, then went on Amazon and had a killer business.
Yeah.
And then big brands were like, oh, hold on a minute. Where did you come from? I need to start doing the same. And so now they're getting onto TikTok, and TikTok is figuring out what are all of the things required for big brands to be there. right? Like you want to know you're buying the product from the brand. You want to know that it's legit.
Yeah.
You want to know that you'll get it in 2 days because you will not wait. And believe it or not, there's still a lot of people who will actually do the whole TikTok shop experience and then also go on Amazon and purchase. And check out.
Huge. I mean, they don't have an attribute, like I always call attribution bullshit, but the TikTok shop to Amazon is like clear as day.
100%.
It's clear as day.
100%. There are brands who are like ahead of this curve and they're measuring it and they see it, a direct correlation. Amazon search volume goes up when your TikTok shop goes up. Like when your activity there goes up, you may not be converting, but if you look at everything holistically, it's amazing.
Talk to me about TikTok advertising, which, I mean, if you step back, it's honestly new. I mean, it's still relatively new, even though it's doing billions of dollars. I loved how they served ads because they didn't feel like ads. It felt like content. And from, again, little Quickfire, we do TikTok, we do this stuff. It's somewhat frustrating sometimes because they just don't have the ad console, and the ad tech I don't think is fully cooked yet. It's gotten better.
Yeah.
But I guess here's my personal frustration, okay? And I need your help.
Yeah.
We're not driving enough off, the return isn't there. We're just not seeing the mojo yet on advertising. A lot of it's just the brands we have and the certain things, and it's not its main channel and blah, blah, blah. What would you say? How would you help me?
Yeah, I think the first.
Am I wrong? Am I completely out of my mind? It's okay to say yes.
It's okay. You're not out of your mind, but I think it's because I will say it because it requires.
Go ahead. No, you're waiting for that.
Yeah, I was like, there's going to be sound.
Wait, I'm not out of my mind. That is actually the best news I've heard in a while. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. I think it's because you have to rethink how to be a brand on TikTok, right? Brands have like.
How do you rethink? God, there's so much rethinking going on. That's a good juicy nugget.
You basically think about it. Brands have been doing advertising a certain way, right? You have your own branding, you show the product, you talk about it, you have whatever visual impacts you want to use. TikTok requires you to do all that, but through somebody else. But it has to be authentic, which is very tricky for a brand because you're like, no, this is my voice and I need you to say it exactly as is. But you also need it to kind of be the way the creator is doing it. Otherwise, it's not going to land. To your point, the organic ad feel only comes if I speak in my tone of voice. If I start talking like you, people are going to be like, who is she?
Yeah.
I'm not going to follow her anymore.
Some advice. Don't do that.
I'm sure the same with you. If you were not you on this podcast, it would be very different.
I know. So there's huge success stories of this. I mean, and this is what everybody loves. And a lot of challenger brands and new brands in various spaces. Like, I'm going to go launch on TikTok. We had Skimpy's, Bette Bentley. It was incredible. She sold live on TikTok, no kidding, for a year before she didn't spend a dime anywhere on any channel. She just went and TikTok live and she built this unbelievable organic base and then added paid on top of it. And then she's taking off.
Yeah. I think it's just that, right? Like, the way to find the right creator is also no longer about you just find whoever has the most followers, whoever has the most likes. You need to find who's going to fit your brand. You need to give them an opportunity to use your product and then talk about your product very organically.
Where are we? Again, we do creator management at Quickfire, and we've always, again, our brands, we're in the more micro, mini, we're not in the big ones. We're quality over quantity, where I think we're now at just a straight pay cash, homie. I mean, we're just paying them for certain things, and we have the guidelines. And then we have a great person, Kelsey White, who's like a babysitter in some regards because she's managing these people and making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. Where are we on, from a branding, from your perspective, where are we on the creator side? Because they had a lot of leverage. I don't know if they still do. I think they do. I don't know. Do they?
So in the TikTok shop universe, they don't have as much.
Okay.
Right? So TikTok shop, the way it works is you actually don't have to pay them anything up front. You can offer them a commission. So you can say, hey, I'll give you 20% of every sale.
Okay.
Which, if you think about it, it's kind of like Amazon search, where the more you show up, the free it is for you. Right. You only pay every time somebody hits buy.
Right.
So your goal there is really, really to focus on volume of content. You can have some quality content, which will drive more volume of content, but you can't be focused on everything being quality all the time. That's where it gets expensive.
Okay. How do you navigate? What do you think the best way to approach that is?
Brands honestly have to start with a brief. You have to be able to explain your product to somebody who doesn't know it in simple English. None of that fluffy stuff.
The big use cases, success stories are in the beauty space. Typically, they're lower AOV, little retails. They're doing huge volumes. It's gone up. It continues to go up. Is that your experience? Is that what you guys are doing most of, or what categories are you playing in?
So I think beauty started first.
Yeah.
For us, we're primarily in like health, personal care, pet. What you also will see is that like because of beauty's aspect of the usage, hardware also grew a lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother is doing a DIY project.
Yeah. Yes.
So very similarly.
That's a bell.
Very similarly, everybody's doing the same now with their pet. You can do pet. You can like give a treat to your dog. You can show how you use a personal care product. You can talk about like how the vitamin's good for your body.
Malvika, I got 3 dogs and a cat.
You could be tomorrow's
I gotta
influencer.
Get this going.
Yeah. You have 4 influencers sitting right there.
I mean, just a video, the work I do in the morning to feed. I got 2 old dogs. I got 1 young dog. They eat different stuff. I've got 75 prescriptions. I mean, it's a thing.
Before you know it, your dogs could be. Your dogs are the way for you to break into the TikTok shop affiliate universe.
I don't think anybody wants that.
You'd be surprised.
I bet I would be.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, let's flip into logistics here quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, see how we did that?
Yeah.
We're just
very smooth.
First timer, you're doing great, by the way. First time potter, you're doing phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
So they came out with this thing about fulfilled by TikTok. So they kind of forced everybody. This is either late last year or early this year. And that was my question from a logistics side when they kind of started going. There was a lot of ex-Amazon people who went to TikTok and still there, what have you. And I was just like, they were kind of cagey about their fulfillment, like how they're fulfilling it. And then they're like, we're using ShipBob, we're using Flex, we're using this, we're using that. I'm like, I didn't get it. I'm like, you can't set up an infrastructure that is going to have fulfillment centers like Amazon does. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
It's mostly dropship, but then now they've changed this. What does that mean, fulfilled by TikTok, for the people who aren't familiar with it? How do we get goods? And so now that you cover the logistics, you cover everything. How does it work?
It's basically like fulfilled by Amazon, but the TikTok version, right?
Well, where are these FCs? How many FCs they have?
So I think the way it started was brands originally said, I can't get on TikTok because I don't have a dropship facility, so I can't be on TikTok Shop. And TikTok was like, okay, then let me build like a fulfilled by Amazon. And to your point, there's so many more details to be worked out that first it was a requirement and now it pulled back a little. And now TikTok's offering it again of like, hey, you're welcome to start. Like, we're starting to transition brands if you're interested, because equally important for brands was, I'm also not just going to ship products somewhere and not know who it's being shipped by, how it's being handled. Like, there's so many other logistical elements, right? Like, as a big brand, you have so many boxes to check.
And then you fought this is a therapy session for TikTok. It is so unbelievably difficult to create a TikTok shop account. It's insane. It's like, that's half of our struggle. The onboarding to create the actual, because they have the business, they have we go through are we alone here? Is that everybody?
This is everybody. It's funny. I was just telling a client where I was like, believe it or not, the toughest and the painful part is going to be the shop creation. While I know it, you might think that it's really going to be when you kick off. No.
Truth. That's truth right there. That is absolute truth.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the platforms are a pain in the ass to get going. Creating a seller account, creating this account, it's all.
Yeah.
And I get the reasons why, but my goodness gracious, is that a struggle?
Yeah, and that's honestly why like a lot of brands opt to go through a partner or an agency.
Yeah.
Like, we do all of that heavy lifting, so I could be the one that's crying at night and the brands could be sleeping well at night.
That's heavy on your shoulders.
Yeah.
That's a heavy crown to hold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so fulfilled by TikTok. But do we actually know where is this going? Where am I fulfilling to?
Yeah, they're basically working, as far as I understand, and I'm also still getting up to speed on the whole fulfilled by TikTok. Is it sounds like they're leveraging existing facilities. So kind of like, think Amazon, but like, if you have a little warehouse, TikTok will get a little bit of space, because to your point, it started with like low AOV, light, small space taking products. It doesn't need the Amazon size warehouses because you're not shipping the case of toilet paper.
Right. Okay, so so they've contracted out. I think they probably smartly, right? They've gone across big networks and just go, and they probably went, it's easy. There's the high metropolitan, there's the urban, the population base, right? I mean, on e-commerce, it's New York, it's Florida, right? It's the usual suspects, right? Okay, so that's going. What are the other things that are kind of misnomers or myths that people don't understand or afraid of TikTok or don't think their product's right for it or they're overwhelmed by everything? Talk to me about what you're seeing that's actually possible for people.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest also is like a lot of brands get thrown off by the sampling because you have to sample the affiliates for them to start being able to post. And they're like, what, I'm just going to give somebody a free product? What if they never post? Now, the flip side is, your Uber rating, that how the Uber driver rates you and you rate the driver, TikTok has started doing the same. Affiliates have a ranking, a brand has a ranking. So when you put your sample out there, if you're a brand, you're brand new, the affiliate can see your shop just started, you have no sales.
Yes.
Same way, you can also see that their post rate has to be a certain amount.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to give product to people who are not posting. And so it's kind of a two-way street. There is a little bit of trust.
Yeah.
But I think it starts with that.
It's a leap of faith in some regards.
Exactly.
On both sides.
Yeah. And if you think about it, like your product costs maybe $5, $10. That's what you're paying for a video that gets 1,000 views, 10,000 views. Do the CPM math.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And because I believe we're in a clipped, I mean, this isn't my, a lot of people have documented this, right? When I have time and I do the YouTube clips, the shorts, it's insane. The number of views they get is crazy. And within like hours, it's insane. So we are, a friend of the program, Ashley Mullen, she's like, I think, commerce could be moving towards a clip commerce, right? We're basically just scrolling.
Yeah.
Which is what the world wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So you're seeing that before our eyes happen?
It's happening. And the brands, to answer your second question, which was like, which brands are good for TikTok?
Yeah.
You also have to let the algorithm tell you, right? Like the creators will pick products that they know sell. Now, if you come up with a very niche, very, like specific category product, it's no different than on Amazon. If no search volume exists, nobody's going to pick it up.
Okay. So we're also big. This to me is it's just like a no-brainer. It's like table stakes. It's like part of the setup if you're starting or even if you've been going a while is Amazon's creator connections. You familiar with this?
Yeah.
This is amazing to me. To me, this is a no-brainer. I tell everybody about this because today there's not a cost to do it.
Exactly.
You put your commission in, you already have your brief to your creator, to your influencer, whatever have you. You put a commission rate, you set a budget, and then it's just all the affiliates start coming in. And then, yes, I've had a lot of brands who actually make great connections of creators on the creator connections, and then they move them over to their D2C, their actual TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Their actual or their social media. So, and it's return on spend is fantastic.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are on TikTok. Do you see these worlds colliding, or is this the same people?
Yeah, there are very similar people, but at the moment they're also two very distinct people. There are certain people. There are some people who are Amazon only affiliates and Amazon only creators, and there are some that are TikTok only. I think there's also because TikTok started with so much beauty.
Yes.
That there's also a little bit of that divide, right? Where some people still think that TikTok is only beauty.
Now, my 27-year-old daughter, she's not a TikToker. 29-year-old isn't, but she is heavy in the influencer world on Instagram, like heavy. Like every gathering, it's like, where did you hear about? Where did you go? Oh, well, this gal I follow. And then she's been following these people for a long time. Like these are trusted, like she doesn't know them, but they're pretty trusted relationships. She's getting her protein powder from this person. She's doing this, blah, 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 blah. What is Meta? Should we just forget about Meta? I mean, Instagram really is the play there. I don't know how. Threads, actually, their numbers are pretty substantial, but I don't know how that's working. Where are we there?
I think you can't stop any of the channels, right? If you think about it, if you want to buy a brand, it would really hit home the message if you heard 3 or 4 influencers or people you trust talk about it. And then you also saw their ad on like Facebook of a new product.
Yeah.
Right? Or even on Instagram. And then you could hit the buy button, right? Then you could go on Amazon and be like, okay, now let me search and let me hit the buy. So I think everything has to work well together, but everything has its place. You can't have the same content everywhere all the time. That's not going to work.
And that is the $1 million question of content, because in order to be successful, and we, same with you, again, therapy session, we tell these brands, like, we're going to need 30 statics, 15 videos, the amount of content that you have to be prepared to deploy in 1 month, depending on other things, seasonal, promotional activity, whatever. And it's unbelievably overwhelming. And then now of course it's like, well, I don't need, I got AI. I can just create stuff like in 2 seconds. Where are you on that?
On personally where I am so excited.
Oh yeah, to personally work. I mean, I don't know, whatever. We're just chopping it up, Malvika. We're just hanging out.
I am so excited for where AI is going with that content creation.
Okay, let's go. Talk to me.
Literally, I want to say like 2 or 3 days ago, I was trying to explain this concept to somebody, and I just went on to my Sir Claude, and I was like, "Can you make me?"
I love you. Wait, you name it Sir Claude. Right now, I'm debating between. I just heard Claudia or Claudette. I was really going with Claudette. And this is a running joke that I'm back in my 20s and dating LLMs. I started out with Chit Chatty, love her. And she started to get weird on me. So I had to ghost her. Went over to Claudia. And then Jemmy. Jemmy now is, I got to say, she's my tried and true. I find myself, hitting up Jemmy all the time. Just because on my phone, I'm not going to go. I have Claude and I have Chat on my phone, but sometimes I'm just going to Safari and I'm Googling something just because I probably had to practice out of habit. Yeah. But anyway, that was a story that didn't need to be told.
No, I had the same story.
Oh, you do?
The exact same experience.
Really?
Yeah, I'm dabbling now in Gemini, but Sir Claude is currently
Sir Claude. See, I like these names. Yeah. We have to give them names. They have to personalize them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so talk about Sir Claude.
So I asked him, I was like, okay, can you put together an example of these couple of PDP images for me? Because I'm trying to explain this concept. I'm not even kidding you. Less than 5 minutes. I had 4 images ready to show. And these were, by basic standards, these would very much pass as good quality images.
Wow. Well, what is it? Okay, that's going to get something.
OMG.
That's a throwback. Yeah. Nobody says that anymore.
So now if you think about it as a brand, right, if you need to produce all that kind of content, if you trained your own engine with your brand tone of voice, put in all of your assets, the assets also don't need to be like drastically different. Yeah. You could have one master that then you can create different versions. You could have part 1 of a story on one channel, part 2 on another.
Okay. With that said, part of the other thing that we look at, and as brand owners, I've known nothing but brands, right? And it's their baby, right? And they should, and they have brand guidelines and the CMOs and the whatever owner. It doesn't matter, right? It's their baby, so they're very particular when something goes out and it's not quite right. And sometimes it's just our job is to have a collaborative conversation, and we're not scolding, but we're just like, remember, this has a lifetime of like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
On sometime. Now, if it's good, it could last. It can go.
Yeah.
Right. It could be on there for quite a while if it's productive, right? Yeah. From an ad standpoint, this is more of an ad thing.
Yeah.
But some of it's like, bruh, it's disposable content.
Yeah.
Which sounds horrible and bad. But what do you think about that? How do you navigate that?
If you think about it, this is all that's happened now is that word of mouth is just being recorded. All this was already happening.
I know it was. That's a good pro tip right there. That's a good juicy nugget.
It was already happening. People have always been talking about, oh, hey, I use this product in this way. Did you know? The difference now is somebody's taking out their phone and they're recording it. And so a couple more people can see it. To your point, it's short-lived. For the most part, not every piece of content goes viral. There may be a handful. And also content when it goes viral is almost always good.
Yes.
I will give a not so good example about a concert that happened last year, right?
There
was a company that got right? Remember the Coldplay concert?
Oh, yes.
You saw what that company did?
That's unbelievable.
They took what could have been negative PR, turned it around into as positive as possible with the amount of people searching for their brand name.
This gets back again. I'm going to name drop Sarah Levinger, the consumer behaviorist that she has brain driven brands. I produced that for a year. Still, she brought it back now. I love it. Her and Nate Lagos. My point about bringing her up is her marketing advice to brands is somebody in your organization better be on TikTok, better be on these things, because you got to understand, pick up on trends. Yeah. And it can have a lot of cost benefit if you're really smart about the trend.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, the Diana Rossini and the Mike Vrabel, there's all kinds of cockamamie stuff always going on, but the sheer audience size of these things, if your brand has some play in these, it's appropriate. Okay. I'm not saying just do this to do it.
Yeah.
It's insane how much generating audience you can do and brand awareness.
Yeah. It's funny. I heard one of the top leaders of Chobani Talk at one of the conferences a while back.
Yeah.
And she said that, one of the things I've told my product research team is rather than trying to come up with the next new flavor, just see what's trendy online.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can use that as a starting point,
Yeah.
and then you can add your own spin to it. Right. That's no different than on Amazon when you see a search term start to pick up and you're like, oh, okay, now I'm going to optimize my title so that I can also show up.
Yeah. Yeah. And what should brands, the other thing is you got to practice patience, and this takes time. And the organic part is tough for a lot of, and I get it, because although it's taking a lot of time suck and a lot of sometimes again, I always tell owner operators, like, I know if you're comfortable or uncomfortable, you just got to get out there.
Yeah.
But talk about the time, like what is a reasonable time expectation? Because patience is always sometimes frustrating and troubling.
If you're talking TikTok shop, I would say patience has to be at least a year.
Ooh.
Right? Now, I say this with two things in mind. One, if you want to make money, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
Two, also, you need to figure out like how to position your brand, how you want to talk about your brand. And if you haven't done it, to your point, it's going to take some test and learn for you to figure out like what's the right rhythm to get there.
Yeah.
Because you need to start speaking the creator's language. They need to start speaking your language the way you want it. It's going to take a little bit of trial and error. Right? Some brands can go a lot faster. Like I have brands that are willing to like test a lot faster. They're like in 6 months, they're like, I've got this figured out.
Yeah.
Now I'm on a path to profitability in a year.
Fabulous. Okay. Meanwhile here at the DSS, I'm shifting gears.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Are you tracking?
Yeah.
All right. What do we get? We're recording this the morning of the second day. We had a lot of sessions yesterday. I don't know if you were here for Monday. I don't know.
I was here all day yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we taking from this? I don't know what conference track you've been on, if you've been to other ones or what have you, but what are you taking out of here? What are you leaving with?
I think what I'm leaving with, which I didn't have before, was that agentic commerce is coming, whether we like it or not.
Did you listen to the old Scotty Wingo?
Yeah.
He's compelling.
Yeah. And one, I have to give him props to his daughters for how much they have trained him about like skincare. I was very impressed.
He would love to hear that. You'll hear him and others on Always Off Brand from this conference we recorded last night. It'll be out, but I don't know before this or after this comes out. Yes. Okay. So talk to me. Talk more to me.
I think
Tell me about
agentic
it.
is coming. Brands have to start optimizing for it, which I think he brought up a very good point, which was you need to think about your website all over again.
Yeah.
That little D2C child, whether you have a shoppable or not, is back.
But this is the thing. It's like, do they want the machines want a novel? They want War and Peace. They want a 900-page document is what they would love, if in conversational document, right? That's what the back end wants. That's what these all things want. Obviously, we can't have that. Nobody reads.
Yeah.
Malvika, nobody reads.
Yeah.
We barely flip through like 3 slides or 3 images on a phone.
I mean, let's be honest also. Most people, their brand website, also not a lot of people go to, right? People go to every now and then, but you need to have it there to rank.
Yeah, but a lot of brand websites, see, I probably wrong as usual. My fortune teller hat. I think the LLMs are actually going to give D2C a little bump, a little day in the sun, because if you think about it now, they're sending it mostly to D2C sites.
Yeah.
So I think, and we have a lot of clients. It is remarkable how well D2C sites are still doing.
Yeah, I think they're only, to your point, they're going to do better.
Okay, you think that's true?
I think
okay, I'm good.
They're going to get more love because the LLMs also need a trustworthy source.
Yeah.
What is more trustworthy than going to the brand website? Now, that also means then your brand website needs to have, to your point, all of this information. But we also have to remember nobody's reading the information. So you need to equally have the visual components for the people who actually land and actually want to explore
and
the
then
site.
You got to make it super easy for me to buy. Because again, I am testy. When I get there, if you get me there and I can't just get what I need to get done. My wife has this happen all the time. She loves to try and support independent and companies and brands. But if she gets to your site and there's friction of any kind, she's out.
Yeah.
She ain't hanging with that.
Well, I'll give a pro money saving tip. If brands don't have a shop now,
yes,
and you would spend money to try to find the same person who just left your website, that could have been an easy $2 you didn't need to spend.
The Shop Now is powerful. Their marketplace, I don't think has ever really got going. Shopify, you're talking about Shopify Shop Now,
or even Shop Now. You can direct it to a retailer.
Yeah,
if you want.
True. That's true.
Just
I think
don't leave them. Don't let them go from the website.
Our main tables, like, just have them all.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all charging you money. It's how they all make money. I mean, you just kind of got to do it. It's a cost of business. You got to do what you got to do. Have them all there.
Yeah.
Because you got to make it fast and easy.
Exactly. Or you pay the $2, $3, whatever dollars to retarget them, depending on however many times it's going to take once you leave the website to be like, okay, now let me buy it again.
Right. Okay. Back to your current biz. So agentic commerce, and you got to define, there's a big discussion in the debates here, which are good, healthy debates about the definition of agentic commerce. I mean, you going straight to the fact that an agent is going to do everything, discovery, find, research, and buy, and do it all for you, and it's going to show up. That could be.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's not how I define it today. What about you?
Yeah, I don't think it's.
What does it mean to you? What does agentic commerce mean to you?
I think today it's my research buddy.
Okay.
Right, like when I need the next pair of sneakers, whether I need like my grocery list, it's helping me do all the research, and then I have to go somewhere else to finish the step. It would be amazing if it built my cart and I just hit.
Okay.
Okay.
So the not naysayers, the people like, okay, but then what's different than Google? Why is it different? Because you did the same thing before we had Chit Chatty and Sir Claude and everybody else. I mean, you were just doing the same shit on Google. Why is it different?
Because before you would have to go to every PDP and then compare to see like, oh, is this waterproof? No, is that one waterproof? Oh, okay, this one's waterproof, but this one doesn't have skid. Whatever the 12
and
different criteria.
Now is heavily ad served and organic served in the game of that. You have to get through all that crap.
Yeah. And you don't know what your criteria is, right? Like everybody could have a different piece of criteria. I could say I want white sneakers and they'll give me, to your point, the top 4 sponsored results. But what if I want to know which one is waterproof, which one has laces, which one has diamonds in them?
What happens when this thing is polluted? It will. I mean, this is not an insight. It will get polluted. Because it's gonna become like everything else. It has to. They got the money. Show me the money.
Yeah.
So what happens then for us?
Then
when
the brands.
Sir Claude is just gunked up. You go to Sir Claude and he's just like, God, I'm back to where I was before with all the Google.
Then you're back to the basics. The brands who do product content, who have all of their website stuff in there, who have everything available, all the questions, those are the ones that are going to rank organically. And you're going to be back to the Google search game of the early 2000s.
Can TikTok Shop be bigger than your Amazon business or bigger than your D2C business or bigger than a retailer business?
It can be bigger than, I think, your D2C, your Walmart.com business, a lot of those marketplaces. Yes. Amazon, it has a couple of years.
Okay. I'll get you out of here on this. You've been lovely. Absolutely lovely. Have you had fun so far?
I had so much fun. This podcast, I can see why a lot of people come and spill the beans now.
There's no beans being spilled. Come on. Just chit-chatting. We're chopping it up here. So if somebody's interested in One Tree Brand, right? I don't know. You run the place now? Is that what's happening?
No, I wish. Soon.
Yeah. What do you have an official title of some sort?
Yeah, I'm VP of Partnerships and Platforms.
Hey now. All right now.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you, what are the needs? Like what differentiate, right? I mean, we're all in the same game. We all do this agency thing, blah, blah. We have good people. We try to do the best we can. We try to be reasonable, affordable. But why come to One Tree Brands? Why?
I think the biggest one is because we understand, because we've been in your seat. And then the other one is because of that, we're also supremely flexible. Like whether it comes to like what kind of model you need, whether it comes to how you want to bring your product to life, whether you're like, hey, I only have this much budget this month, and then next month I can scale, or whatever the different nuances that you're going through. I think because we've been there are no hard feelings, and we can be flexible.
No hard feelings.
We're just here to do good business and be a good partner. And for me, honestly, the more brands I can scale on TikTok, it's a personal passion project of mine.
Is that what you're coming in hot on this?
Yeah. Like I figured out how the Amazon ecosystem works. Then I did like Walmart and some of these others. Now I want to figure out how this ecosystem works. So I'm more vested than you are.
See, and that actually I tell my client, like even on their business, because again, I come from small brands. I understand. Like I get more pissed when sales aren't good or something's not going. I think I'm more irritated than the client is. Like I get on the call and I'm like, okay, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's why.
Yeah.
And they're like, calm down, Scott. It's like not even your brand. I'm like, I don't care. The machine is not cooperating with me.
Exactly. And I take it personally. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not coming to life the way I wanted it to.
Now, see, I think you guys, One Tree Brand has the opportunity, okay? You have the real opportunity, Malvika, to change some things. Okay, I have a joke for a long time. I was an agency owner for 15 years. And I always said, at some point, the client's going to hate their agency and they're going to hate their 3PL.
Yeah.
Well, again, absolutely zero to do with the quality of service, product, delivery, production, performance 100%. Of said agency or said 3PL. It's just like the nature of the beast.
Yeah. That's just how it works.
But One Tree, you could dispel all of that. You could change everything.
That would be my dream. That is my dream. That because like we've been and lived that life, we would give brands.
See, we're kindred spirits at Quickfire. That's the thing. We're all brand manufacturer people. Like we feel pain.
Yeah.
I'm constantly talking about cash flow. I'm like, how we doing?
Yeah.
You know, I get pissed when our spend goes here. Like I'm neurotic about I'm like, how's the bank account? Because I have to know because as an owner, I understand the trials and tribulations of these things.
Exactly. And then you also treat every brand that comes through the door like your own.
Yes.
And more.
Yes. And I try not to get as sad when they leave for whatever reason, because that's just the nature of this. I'd say we're a Ferris wheel sometimes, you know, we're just there. People get on. Yeah. People get off. They had a really nice time. Yeah. Just things change. We have no control over that. Yeah.
Or we could be the trampoline that, like, you know, lifts them to the next platform.
Yes. Okay. So where are your third-party logistics? Where do you have facilities? Where are you all over? I didn't get into that. Shame on me. Bad host. Hold on, I'll give myself a buzzer for that. That's on me. That's a bad beat. Terrible.
We have an East Coast and a West Coast facility. Our West Coast is in California, in Corona, right outside LA. Okay. And then we have one right here in Atlanta.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wait, are you from? Where you reside?
I live in Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, best barbecue, best food in the nation.
Oh, yeah, my daughter loves Austin. She's like, everybody here's my age. It's all old people in Seattle.
No.
That's not true. She just was in the wrong section. She's found her vibe. She's good. Okay. So how do they get a hold of you? How do they talk to you? How do they reach out to just hang out with you? You're just a good hang. You know what I mean? It's just fun to just chit chat with.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn is probably the easiest.
The linky?
Yeah. I would put my phone number out, but that,
no, don't do
very
that.
Risky. That's very spam-like.
Yeah. Now, how do you spell it? Jaggi is how you say your last name.
Yeah, Jaggi.
Such a cool name.
Yeah.
It's kind of a badass name, I gotta tell you.
I'll be honest, I've only ever met one person with my first name, and the only people I've ever met with my last name are related to me.
It's kind of like me with my spelling with the OHSMAN. Like it's a dead name. I mean, there ain't nobody else. You kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, what a pleasure. I know I met you last year, but it was just, sitting in the lobby or whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Shout out Jamie Clapper if she ever comes on this program again. Haha, we love you, Jamie. And thanks for coming. See, I have a new person, right? Because as we always say here on Always Off Brand, people matter.
Yeah.
And you've been listening to Always Off Brand. Bye-bye.
Hey there, this is Haley from Quickfire, and they want me to read this so you know what this podcast is part of and how to find out more if you want. Always Off Brand is a production of Quickfire LLC and a part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network. For more information, go to quickfirenow.com. Have a good one, and thanks for listening.